Good morning, students. I'm creating a video here to help us finish Unit 2, and I believe that this will be a very efficient way to check some of the exercises that sometimes take a long time to cover in class. Well, as you know, we don't have a lot of time, so we're going to take a look at this activity on page 40, which is using expressions for negative opinions and positive opinions. We're going to check this. Then we're going to go to pages 45 and 46. And here there's an activity where we learn the different types of intonation for questions. And this is very interesting. It starts here and then it goes to that was page 45, and here's page 46. This is the second part of that activity. After that, we're going on to page 47, which is right here, and these are expressions that we use to show our opinion. So let's go back to page 40. It's actually page 41. And they tell us here that there's another expression that is equal. It's the same level as I love it. So so we're going to find another way to say I love it. And then after that, there's an expression that means that you like something very much, and it has another expression which is at the same level. And then there's something that you like, and then you don't like it as much, and you like it less, until finally at 0 you hate it. So take a moment, students, and see if you can answer this, and possibly pause your video for just a moment because I'm going to show you the answers. So here we go. If you say, I love something, I love it. I love that art. I love Mia Perlman's inrush sculpture. I love it. It's my favorite. It's basically the same thing. That's the same thing. That's a number 5. 5 stars. Imagine 4 stars. I like it very much. I like it very much. I like it a lot. That's a 4 star. That's a 4-star grade. I like it very much. I like it a lot. Down to 3 stars. I like it. I like it. Okay. And now less. When you really don't care so much, I can take it or leave it. You know, I can take it or leave it. It's okay, but I'm not crazy about it. That's also that's a 2. I can take it or leave it. That's a 2. You don't show much preference. It's okay, but I'm not crazy about it. It's starting to sound like you don't like it that much. You're not too interested in it. Now imagine it's a 1. You don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Okay. Until you finally get to 0, where you hate it. You detest it. I hate it. I detest it. I hate it. It's terrible. I Okay, students, here on page 45, there's a very interesting lesson where we learn that there's different intonation for different types of questions. So, exactly what are we talking about here? Well, we have questions that we call WH questions. And these are the questions with the question words who, what, where, when, why. See the WH? Who, what, where, when, why. Now these aren't WH, but they are in the same category. How much, how many. There are variations of this, like how far, how long, okay? Now, if you listen to a question, a WH question, there's going to be, at the end of the question, an intonation that goes up and then down, up and then down. And that's what we see with this line. Okay, and I'll see if I can trace the line. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? What's going to happen to this sculpture? What do you mean? What's going to happen to this sculpture? Who are the G-Spen women? Who are the G-Spen women? What's going to happen to this sculpture? What do you mean? Mean. Up, down. Sculpture, up, down. Women, up, down. Who are the G-Spen women? What's going to happen to this sculpture? What do you mean? Mean. Up, down. Okay, so when you have a yes or no question, it's going to be different. It's different. It just goes all the way up. It continues to go up. Listen to this question. Is that why her sculptures are so big? Is that why her sculptures are so big? I just keep getting higher and higher and higher and higher. And is that why they're so big? They're so big? Do you see that window? It goes up and up and up. Do you see that window? Is that why her sculptures are so big? So here on page 46, we're going to listen to see if that's true. What's going to happen? Okay, that goes up and down, up and down. When it's up and down, it's going to be rising, falling. That's up and down. Rise means up. Rising, falling means up and then down. If it's rising, that's the one that only goes up. Rising, 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 rising. Okay. Rising, falling, rising, falling, rising, falling. Okay, so they are different. If you paid attention to the previous page, when we have a WH question word, it's going to be rising, falling, rising, falling. It's going to be happen. What's going to happen? Okay. And for the is question, it's not a WH question. Okay. It's going to be just up, 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 rising, 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 rising. Is it going to be, is it going to a different museum? Is it going to a different museum? Higher, 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 rising, rising, rising. Is it going to a different museum? That's just rising. Let's listen.
Page 46. Pronunciation. Exercise 1. A.
What's going to happen?
B.
Is it going to a different museum?
Very good. Okay, and in the next question, they want us to verify the rule. So what is the rule? Use rising, falling intonation in which ones? In the yes or no questions or in the WH questions? Well, that's in the WH questions. And use the rising intonation in the other ones, right? You go up, 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 rising, rising, rising with yes or no questions. Okay, so this time we're going to draw the arrow at the end of each question to show if the speaker goes up or down. So we can try to identify what type of question this is. Here's a WH question. Here's a WH question. Here's a WH question. Here is a yes or no question. See the to be verb? Here's a yes or no question. And here's another WH question. So I underline the WH questions and I circled the yes or no questions. Those are the to be verb. So if we understand this, for WH questions, we're going to go rising, falling, sculptures. How does Mia Perlman make her sculptures? Sculptures. Okay. Well, she first goes to the library or gallery. Here's a WH question. It's going to be rising, falling. Why does she do that? Why does she do that? Do that. She needs to know a few things like, how big is the space? How big is the space? Rising, falling. Space. Space. How big is this space? Okay. Now I see my to be verb, my yes or no question, so I'm just going to go rise, 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 up, up, up. Are there any windows? Is there any sunlight? And now my last WH question, it's going to be rising, falling. Why are those things important? Important. Rising, falling. Why are those things important? Important. Why are those things important? Okay, very good. So, students, here's the last little lesson that we need to cover, and it's ways to express opinions and different phrases that we use to express opinions. And basically, all of these expressions mean I think. Well, you know, we don't always say I think, I think, I think, I think. We have many ways to say this. For example, in my opinion, or I believe, or I believe that. If you ask me, and then you tell your opinion, I feel, or I feel that. So here are some examples. I feel Mia Perlman's art is beautiful. Or I feel that Mia Perlman's art is beautiful. In my opinion, the G's men women are true artists. If you ask me, eggshell sculpture is not real art. I believe art is a good way to express your ideas about the world. Or I believe that art is a good way to express your ideas about the world. So, students, in this activity, if you want to take a moment to try to complete these ideas, imagine a dialogue where two people are talking about, number one, modern art. So the first person says, if you ask me, and he gives his opinion about modern art. And then the second person responds and try to use a different expression. So if you want to pause a video and see if you can complete these ideas with ideas like, oh, it's great, it's incredible, it's unusual, it's strange, it's ugly, it's beautiful, it's wonderful, it's awesome, it's cool, it's fantastic. But each time you use a different expression, and the expressions are right here. So go ahead and pause the video for a moment and see if you can complete part of the dialogue. So students, this is the way that I completed the dialogue about modern art. The first person says, if you ask me, it's strange. What do you think? In my opinion, it's interesting. So there's the expression, in my opinion, if you ask me, or in my opinion. Different ways to say, I think. What about eggshell sculpture? In my opinion, it's incredible. What do you think? I believe that it's unusual. Or what about the G's Ben quilts? I feel that they're wonderful. What do you think? If you ask me, they're ugly. Or Mia Perlman's sculpture in Rush. I believe it's unusual. What do you think? It's weird. I believe it's weird. In my opinion, it's cool. So students, I would prefer to take lots of time and check all of these activities very carefully, but our calendar does not permit it. And so I'm using some new strategies to try to help you and finish the unit in a practical and helpful way. I hope the video has been of help to you, and I wish you good luck in class, good luck on the Unit 2 exam, and good luck in everything you do.